Moving on. So for anyone arriving now and starting to view the eventual playlist from video 1 rather than what I've labeled video 0, Final Fantasy VIII. Where, like with 7, my intent was to, play the original version since this is part of the old PS1 JRPG retrospective thing I'm sort of half doing as a gradual long-term thing, but emulating F8 proved terribly unstable, so this is the Steam port instead. Possessing of features. Not possessing of increased character limits. We make do. The emulator run made its way up to battle against Death Spider before being deadlocked by fairly repeatable crashes. Okay, I may have to take off the speed of restore the limiter. On occasion. However, its existence will be much valued. This has also additionally been quickly that you have to mod the game to get the original soundtrack at its proper quality back in there. The version as sold has terrible MIDIs. Not quite touching the save point. There we go. Oh, right, I have to, at the workstation, to name our first essences, our friendly spirits. And then, like, man on this bridge, were you the... Yes. Starter cards. Dispense. Good. Another thing about this port is that it will stop advancing if the window is out of focus. So there may at times be interruptions. There, paperwork conducted. And also now that I'm pre-tutorialized on many things, go ahead and attach the two of you. And also, I suppose since the, this is the second pass of making up for things, and may as well step behind the veil. So the plan here is this is a no-draw run of FF8. This is not a blind first-hand experience. I was involved in other people's streams of this in the past. I already know what FF8 is. But I would like to explore one of the things well remembered about the game, among its many irritating mechanics and weird decisions. There is that your spells are a consumable, like, item resource that you get, which I'm okay with that, as long as the economy is well balanced, which maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But that also, in, like, a bit of, like, bad use of design as a way to train player behavior, one of your core ways to get more spell charges is you can just kind of scrape gunk off of random enemies, extract their essence. And what this immediately convinces every player to do is approach enemies, see what they have, and then siphon 300 units of each spell off of each enemy so that they have a full stock of them play around with, and that's extremely boring and uninteresting. But it's the first thing that comes to mind, and people do it. And it's probably unnecessary. Probably a case of you are tricked into making your experience worse by being introduced to a move you should not do, so I won't do it. Or also specifically, so there's several GFs that you get by stealing them from boss fights by drawing them out. I will still draw for those. The verb itself is not off limits. It's just, I will not use it to, wander around the wilderness licking toads until I have enough Faraga. Oh, that was speed mode. Alright. Yes, for any perhaps unfamiliar with FF8 and encountering it the first time by way of this, so 8 has a bunch of weird, intricate subsystems, a lot of moving parts that it throws at you all at once, and takes a fair while to explain and a fair while longer to get them all revved up. And one of those is that you have, as part of your customization system, you take your spells that you have laying around and glue them to your stats and make your numbers go up or change flavor. Which is a further reason to want to collect a lot of spell charges and then, for the most part, not actually spend them ever as spells, but keep them around as buffs. Become large. You have more than enough other cool moves to do that you don't really feel left out from not casting regular magic. I will not be doing Exp-0. I will be doing relatively low level. I'll just play with a sense of, briskness and purpose. with regards to number. That's another thing about the game, is there's enemy scaling with your level, which good enables low level runs, bad is scaled wrong, and so leveling up very high is actually a trap and will make your life worse. I will collect only reasonable quantities of number. And relatively early you can get the ability to shut off experience, but not your other kinds of point income, so I might do that. When it shows up, probably. Yeah, it's... The mechanisms on display here are actually very interesting. The novel take on a bunch of JRPG, paradigms. But it's also grappled to the worst UI. A terrible UI and then an economy that teaches you to play wrong. So the main way that I'm going to be able to have spell numbers to throw around without extracting wild essence is that you can refine things. You have alchemy systems that spring into existence. Some of your spirit friends know how to convert stuff into other stuff. Spells into items, items back into spells, enemies into cards, into items, into spells. So I'm gonna use that as my engine to drive things. I like to just dive in there. So I have Snurb and Francesca at the moment. And so Snurb can learn to refine material items into lightning and wind magic. Then afterwards I'll learn, other things. Importantly turn things into more cards for the card game. Since the card game gets linked into the regular game, there's tangible number game benefits for playing cards. Francesca will be refining things into ice, and we'll be getting other friends to refine other things for economy. And also, I guess, disconnect you for the moment. Because you have to attach a spirit to a person to be allowed to have any verbs. Don't know how to use items except by way of powerful genies that you've shoved down your throat, up your spine. I am ready to conduct the trials. So a cute thing that is done across the whole, opening act of the game is there's a ranking system that's going on in the background, driven by a whole bunch of different things that decide your initial numbers somewhere else in the mechanics. One of the important number sources is here, at the trial, where living dangerously is worth more points. Except, oddly enough, the way it's implemented, it's not actually determined by what time limit you choose to take up. It's by how close you cut the time at the end of the dungeon. How much timer is left when you defeat the boss. So you could take 40 minutes and just spend 40 minutes standing in the cave. It felt like it. As long as you leave it to the last second, or it's a span of a minute or so that is highest risk mode. Explanation I skipped over is that our good friend there has a gimmick weapon, which has a timed hit on its regular attack. You push button and essentially get yourself like a small, like half crit automatically, as long as you did the timing right. Hold on a moment here. Conveniently, the audio, since it's being handled separately, keeps playing even if the emulation is paused. Well, emulation, the port, the software. So I can do things like adjust the volume down a bit without halting the song. Your spirit friends will level up. That's good. Those are the good numbers. Those are the real numbers that get jobs done for you. Also, everything's been upscaled. You could play at very high resolutions and see every excruciating detail of these low poly models. Or more importantly, get much better views of the otherwise very compressed background assets. Which were very high quality, all this pre-rendered visual stuff. Good technology. It's a very important evolutionary step in digital media. Anyway, let's fight this. Summons, but I can do this. The magnitude by which it's able to speed up varies. Some things are more speed-upable than others. I'm also not gonna bother with the summon boosting ability ever. Hey, wanna add 200 button presses to get marginal number every time you use this move? No. If there's some kind of more interesting, nuanced, timed hit thing buried in summon animations, that might be good, but no, they just went with button mash, so no. Press button 400 times. Get like 20% more number. Isn't that great? No, it's not. Terrible. And yes, in an interesting, weird one-off thing they did in this one, while you are summoning, your buddy's health goes on top of your health. And, you know, they take hits for you, so that's interesting risk management. Is that, like, also, if you take a shitload of damage while you're preparing a summon, your summon can get, you know, broken and disabled for a while, and you have to revive it. Mechanics. They did go all in on this idea of making your weird customization units interesting. And some texture, some character. You can still freely swap them around to whoever you like, and you run into the problem of actually the spirits are the thing that matters for customizing. Your characters are spirit chassis. I'd say it shakes out to less bad than in the other FFs that suffer from that problem. Since the spirits themselves have plenty of minigame going on, and even discounting the spirit moves, each character's like limit break gimmick is reasonably involved. Alright, so the further layer of how this doesn't work the way you think it does. Time left on the clock is what matters for determining how many ranking points you get down the road when you get your scores and receive your rating. The clock is still ticking right now. So as long as I spend 3 minutes menuing after this fight, I get a perfect score. Classic recurring Square RPG property character. Your good spirit friend. Also, I'm not terribly worried about the ranking. Its long-term benefits aren't important. You get a little farther ahead at the start on the number scale that does some other things. It's fine. Our 3-element friends. And the elements. Fire, shapes, lightning, rocks, bubbles, bones, upward-facing cones, and snow. And yes, at you to your refine. Gotta get the forge going. And for now, just glue you here. We'll find you a new host. And it's you again. Please leave. Oh wait, there's an important thing to test. Next fight I get into. Gotta see if this reads the triggers properly as inputs for running away. Not that I should actually run away, because that's worth points on ranking. And that's not doing anything. Fascinating. Unless those wound up as any other button? Serious. I may have to also remap those buttons to anywhere else in preparation for Killdozer. Either that, or if it's taking both keyboard and controller input at the same time, then I can just reach for whatever keys that's assigned to. That'll work. There, I got two kinds of refine. So that kicks in down here. Initially, these rocks can turn into magics. And also, yeah, to illustrate the level of UI weirdness. So we have 3 different menus that are primarily about your spirit friends, and very disjoint sets of which of these interlocking bits goes in which submenu. I'm thinking, okay, I've learned moves. I should assign new moves. That happens here. Ooh, Miss Nail, learn... Learn card. I want to do economy things first. Leaving you free to learn Strength Potion. As you still work on heat. I might spend a moment spinning in circles in these woods. Nah, probably not. I will move forward in good faith, whatever. Let's see, people playing the game normally would find this caterpillar and some bugs and just kind of wander over there, get a good firm grip on them by the scruff of the neck, start squeezing out the enzymes, looking for spell components. Don't do that. That's not where fun is. Also, in a bit of rudeness, they have this very long-winded tutorial about all the moving parts of your friend forces. They don't tell you how to set them to start learning their moves, which are their most important ingredient, until now. After you've already fought a move's worth of enemies from walking around doing mandatory things. If you don't have them set to learning anything, shrug. And I suppose for completeness sake, I'll take a moment to note this cloud of fart gas here, blob of texture. These I might also let myself draw for. I'll go without it for now, but this is a natural draw point. There is some treasure just sitting here, oozing up from the floor. Don't huff strange fumes that bubble out of the pavement. That's just wrong. That's no good. Also, in a rare act of, like, supreme good manners, even when characters get taken out of your team, they're never taken out of the UI here. So you're always free to go in and grab spirits and spells and reassign them to other people. Okay, never mind. All of that is off limits. Elevator exists only to elevate. There's no shortcut around. Alright, they're gonna just refer to things by button numbers instead of by any symbol. Nice. Time of driving. Driving has concluded. So additionally, I'm going to end up with a better ranking on this process than I would have gotten out of finishing the first pass. Because one of the things that cuts into your ranking is every time you talk to anyone who is not strictly necessary to move the plot forward. Which I did a little bit of. More so than just meeting the card man and getting my cards. It's in character. You're immersing yourself. Just keep your head down and quietly mumble your way through your obligations. Wait, wait. No talking. Another thing that's good for your ranking is doing as you're told. This guy next to us is an asshole, but he's also your boss today, so whatever. It will look good on the report. Yep, that's it. The attack plan. Go get him. Right up the middle. Remember to put on your wizard pants before you do a fight. No fighting without your pants on. Alright, detach you. Suppose attach you there temporarily. Meet your new best friend. And I'll go about refining stuff later. Accumulate as much stuff as we are going to get and then ration it out. Require very precise economy of force to defeat Killdozer, which is optional, which means it's mandatory. You get bonus rank if you manage to kill the robot. To offset the rank you'd lose for how long it will take you to kill the robot. You can see one of the team is injured. This is a good thing, because this is how limits work in this one. A variety of factors, mostly being low on health, will put you into danger mode. Let you activate your moves. The deeper you are in danger mode, the more likely you are to get your chance to move, and the better your moves will do. Additionally, there's a layer of exploit at work there that I just very briefly demoed. That it checks whether or not you may do move this turn every time your action menu opens. So just by mashing the past turn button, you can re-roll until you have your opportunity. Now waiting. We're now defying orders and wandering off to where we're not supposed to be. It's okay though, the captain told us to. It's only his fault. Not liable. Strong omen. Look, it likes you. That is an anacondoir. That is no snurb. That line about wanting the death blow is in order. It's worth points. My ranking! Good, more rocks. They're important. Have value. Perhaps should have had him hide behind the snurb. See, a lot of your breaks are like summons, but free. Except summons are also free. Summons, but faster. Summons for the non-cost of be in danger mode. Okay, good. Being attached to a dead man doesn't prevent your friends from gaining numbers. As proper. Hello, proper third member of team. Taking the sensible way down is important for ranking. Destroying whatever this is important for ranking. Oh good, they drop screws. I will need screws. Did you remember Pants? Pants remember you. Card, learning strength, learning fire refine. Fine progress all around. This one has a knife. Behold, technology! Someone had a lot of fun animating that. Keep pressing that too early. It's like push button within the attack animation. Still too soon. I'll take that. The thing about these fights is that embracing danger mode actually makes them pretty dynamic. Because bosses will be about having attack patterns, where sometimes they're less dangerous, sometimes they're more. And you have to try to call when to push your luck for danger, or when to take cover behind your friend. And taking cover is still progress. Oh my, I'm down to only the one bird shaving. That's a problem. That is a problem. Had it been the absence of a shop throughout this whole opening segment. There's probably been things you could draw healing spells off of, if you're desperate. If you are a fool. If we're from some sort of strange, horrible fantasy society that normalizes receiving healthcare by biting the necks of wild rodents. That's your thing. Oop, hold on. I am overpressing button. Alright, this will need a second pass. Achievement synchronized. Dying and being dead. All of the spirits are gettable later, in the sense that, like, each of the bosses in the final dungeon has one of them stored in it if you didn't get it earlier. Things are non-missable only in the most vague sense, and yes, one bird shading is very much a problem. Just spin in circles down here for a second. We could use a number. Just the one. Yes, you fellows. Please have dropped any useful medicinals. Yes, good. I'd like more of these. I'm interested. Continue to dispense. The timed portion of the exam doesn't begin for a bit. Health Junction. Doesn't begin until after the roof. Or maybe it is? Yeah, there's the secret timer. The true timer. Alright, so it is larger soldier who carries revives. Yes, this guy. I know you have smelling salt. Give it up. Or just potion. I sense diminishing returns. Alright, yeah, may as well do my refining now. $16 rocks. Let's go 5 each. Now that I've done that on that portion of the menu, I can now proceed to over here. Latch those to my numbers, which also did. Alright, just 2 points up. Still helpful. Numbers is numbers. And the spells themselves are also there, I guess. Alright, we're back. Round 2. Round 2, which is in a broader sense, round 4. Further mechanic about the summons is that they may have caught at a glance, each one has an affinity for each character. Various things you can do to improve that affinity, including using the summon. The higher that gets, the faster the summon casts, like, noticeably, appreciably. At full bar, it only takes 2-3 seconds of charm. If we were using boost, the faster cast, or like, I suppose no. Timing could make the faster cast being bad if you were, hiding behind the health. That reason, that interesting place that summons fit in the workflow. Danger! Danger management. All these numbers. I actually don't know if this phase is damage-driven or time-driven. How for the progress? I suppose, since you have spirit ups, well, you have magic ups, and you have spirit ups, use these. Again, I'm taking this. You will not prevent friend acquisition. Yes, get mad. Please die. Would you mind terribly ceasing to be in my way? That's better. Magazines. And there, now we exactly too late. we'll have a bit of an opportunity. We've picked up something important for our supply lines. I should just annihilate this man. Slicing will take too long. And this also means I'm missing out on the slightest margin of... Okay, very important. 2 AP is not a big deal. You learn also additionally that will be very important and helpful, but to get started off over here, we can refine recovery. Recovery, medicines, economy. Yes. Did receive any of those. Good. Good. Have more fire. We must dispense power. Yeah, junctioning is the most important source of numbers in FF8. Level is a false number, there to deceive you. The true numbers. Of course, Francesca. Or I defaulted to something else. Helpful. Learned card and then I never redirected you to something else. Alright, so here, or shortly after here, is where instabilities arose that prevented Emulator Run from moving forward. Behold, Killdozer. Grabdozer. Right, I need to attach new friend. And now is when I reach out of the window and look up. Or rather, that's not available on settings. Need to look up what the other runaway buttons are. Did those default to? Because how this works is for this first engagement with the Hell Crab, it is indestructible. However, once we have dealt enough damage to it, it will lay down and you will have an opportunity to escape from it. For which I need to know which numbers do that, well, which letters, which buttons. They're out here somewhere. Yep, buttons 9 and 10, which mean nothing on the controller. So, okay, somewhere in this region. These. There, found them. Okay, we're good. D and F. We abscond. So the gimmick. You run away from Crabbot. Many opportunities arise to fight Crabbot or evade Crabbot. However, it is now no longer indestructible. Just very big. I must destroy him. I did not attach my other GF. Whatever, it's fine. Like, its summon is non-elemental health, or non-elemental damage and silence to enemies? Which, I don't know, is this one of the ones where status effects ever work? Can we shush the Killbot? I doubt it. Alright, fortunately, our number's reasonably large. Though in time-consuming form. Alright, he's laid down. We aren't getting out of anywhere. This is where we fight. This is where he dies. This is where I might want to be deliberately setting someone up in danger mode. Letting him deal damage on his own terms is not good. How did you miss yours? Well, I suppose that's just you being safe. Fortunately, the repairing prompt here is not actual recovery of health number. Just returning to fight mode. Recovery from downed status. Yeah, we might not need any danger mode antics to deal with this. It has about 5,000 number. 5 to 6. We're dealing a healthy slice of that with each wave. Embrace danger. Does good work. Alright, I'll take that. That's a number. Let's bring more danger to the table. Wild magics are the good shit. Among the items in our current toolkit. For example, that. That's something we should not be able to do for a good while. This gives you more danger. Everyone is now, like, some steps more dangerous, or at least the two that got hit. More danger, better rolls, fiercer moves. I don't know what that is. Let's find out. I guess that was an attempt at an instant kill. Wheel, please. Prize wheel, you're better than this. Also, for reference, the timer here is not a failure state if you run out of time. It's your ranking will be terrible if you run out of time. Or maybe it's both. Who knows? I read some documentation on this whole opening arc. There's other documentation that contradicts it. The joy of RPGs. No one knows how this works, especially not its creators. Better. War Crab, please stay down. We are trying to make you more comfortable. There, I just have to be polite. Be professional. Be kind. There, the secret lesson of the seed exam. And now I do this, as I no longer have need of danger mode. Return to standard mode. The ranking is not actually important. The much better reward was the stuff it dropped. Armlet. Points. We got points. While we're on the subject of rejecting ranking value, these snakes are not worth our time. But somehow still worth partial exp? The mysteries. Soldier I can deal with. Human, now that's good eating. And imagine, if we didn't want to fight the Hell Spider, we'd just be re-skirmishing with it for probably as many cycles, because it would continue to pursue you relentlessly, without mercy, all throughout the rest of these screens. There's that timing. Also, that these guys being fragile enough that we just remove them now. Nerve up. There. Do not forget. Okay, good raid. War concluded. No one wanted to render how that boat got off of the beach. It cost enough to put it there. So much of this that aggressively oozes. We have to do 7 again. Everyone loves 7. We gotta do 7. 7, but more so. Okay, so we have Ace Mercenary, Glum Weatherman, and his arch rival Sepher. Sentence ends. Alright, I think we're off the clock. We're now free just to report about. Eventually report back, get debriefed, and told how we did. $100 for a hotel night. Probably a reason other UI elements in this end up so weird. There's a dedicated Let's Play Cards button. We cannot play cards with Zell's dad. The equipment system. Find magazines to get ideas for customization jobs, and then find materials to do said jobs. Make your weapon more big. It's novel. I guess. Sell me all of your bird resin. A queen! Cards. Yes, this works. 2. Suffer 1. Never mind. Cards. There's a critical mass of card number at which you can become invincible. Is very far off from your initial stock of cards. The Parables of Cards. Achievement synchronized. Despair. I will remember this man. Must destroy him. I need to equip my card verb. You hold that thought. Strange flapping entity. And Hoot is still new here. Hoot will learn in time. These will not be of use as cards in-game. They will be of use as material. These are reagents. Importantly, carding things removes exp, but keeps loot. The beginnings of how we will avoid the wrong numbers. Anyway, that's caught up with and surpassed where other session was in like half the time. So it begins.